The pathogen has been named the Yezo virus and is believed to be transmitted by tick bites. Symptoms of infection include fever and reduced blood platelets and leucocytes. Researchers at Hokkaido University in Sapporo, Japan, presented their discovery in the journal Nature Communications. According to Keita Matsuno, a virologist at Hokkaido University's International Institute for Zoonosis Control, at least 7 people in Japan have contracted the virus since 2014. Thankfully, there have been no confirmed deaths. However, the Japanese experts believe the virus needs to be investigated outside of Hokkaido to learn more about its spread. Professor Matsuno said, "All of the cases of Yezo virus infection we know of so far did not turn into fatalities, but it's very likely that the disease is found beyond Hokkaido, so we need to urgently investigate its spread." The Yezo virus has been identified as a form of orthoneurovirus. Orthoneurovirus are part of the Neuroviridae family, which includes pathogens that cause Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever, CCHF. Earlier this year, scientists in China have also identified a new form of orthoneurovirus, naming it the Songling virus, SGLV. All patients who were infected with Songling were bitten by ticks. The Japanese researchers first encountered the Yezo virus after a 41-year-old man was admitted to hospital with fever and leg pain. The man is understood to have been bitten by a bug, likely a tick, while walking through a forest in Hokkaido. Tests carried out in the hospital did not reveal any known virus carried by ticks in the region. A second patient with similar symptoms was then admitted to the hospital a year later. Genetic analysis of the virus extracted from the patient's blood has identified the new pathogen as an orthoneurovirus. The virus was then named Yezo after Hokkaido's historical name. Hokkaido is the northernmost of Japan's main islands. Yezo appears to be related to the Sulina virus from Romania and the Tamdi virus in Uzbekistan. The Tamdi virus has been recently reported in China to cause acute fever in humans. The researcher wrote in their study reads, "Because the epidemiology and pathogenicity of Tamdi and Sulina group viruses are not yet fully elucidated, these emerging viruses in Asian countries could represent a larger burden on public health than currently recognized. Comprehensive understanding of orthoneuroviruses is highly desired to develop prophylaxis and therapeutics." To identify the origin of the Yezo virus, the Hokkaido researchers analyzed samples collected from animals in the area between 2010 and 2020. They discovered antibodies to the virus in local deer and raccoons. Yezo virus RNA was also discovered in 3 species of ticks on the island. Professor Matsuno said, "The Yezo virus seems to have established its distribution in Hokkaido, and it is highly likely that the virus causes the illness when it is transmitted to humans from animals via ticks." The Japanese researchers will investigate whether the Yezo virus has been spread across the nation by infected animals and people. They also suggested hospitals should screen patients for the pathogen if they are exhibiting the right symptoms.